My mother at 79 was very active. She drove well. She very seldom dropped anything. She very seldom spilled anything. And so that, for her age, at 79 years old, I thought she was remarkable. And she had been working full-time just about until about a week before this all happened.
My name is Charles Allen. I'd like to introduce my wife Judy and her mother Stella Webeck, the woman who was burned by a cup of scalding hot McDonald's coffee 3 years ago. She cannot speak due to a confidentiality agreement that she signed, but Judy and I have no such agreement.
I am just astounded at how many people are aware of this case and how many people have a distorted view of the case. It doesn't matter where I am or who I speak to. They, oh yeah, I know all about that. And well, what do you know?
I got this picture in my mind that she actually pulled up, maybe took the coffee, and dumped it.
I think she went through the drive-thru.
She was driving the car.
Tried to drive and drink it at the same time.
And then the lid might have popped open and it spilled on her lap.
Had it between her legs.
Spilled in her lap. It was too hot.
And then Suing McDonald for millions of dollars.
And I'll say, what would you say if I told you she wasn't driving? Oh no, she was driving. What would you say if I told you that's a wrong report and she was not driving? She was in the parking lot. She was in the passenger seat. My nephew was driving.
So we had just dropped off my uncle at the airport and went to the nearest McDonald's that I knew of, and this was it. So pulled up.
She ordered coffee with her value meal, and I knew she liked cream and sugar in it. There was no place in my 1989 Ford Probe. Everything sloped. There were no cup holders in that car.
Did I get cream and sugar also?
There's in the bag.
It's in the bag. Thank you. Pulled out of here knowing that I needed to get organized if I was going to be eating and driving. And I knew she wanted to put her cream and sugar in the coffee, so pretty much pulled right here. Almost exactly in the spot, and handed her a coffee, or had already done that. And so we just went about organizing, and short period after that she started screaming.
Wanted to get the top off to put cream and sugar in, so I put it between my knees to steady it with this hand, trying to get the top off, and it just went boom.
Are you going to show me the burns?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Would that change your mind at all?
Wow. Yes, if I saw injuries like that, I would definitely take a different view of it from what I hear from the media.
Oh my gosh.
Excruciating pain. I was burned so severely that they didn't think I would live.
I'm a nurse, and I was horrified at the type of injuries that she had sustained, the skin grafts and the pieces that were still ongoing. So it was kind of a shocker, because it's one thing to hear, but it's another thing to see. So it was kind of a, oh my goodness.
We could see the extent of this injury. So we started saying, we need to ask McDonald's to pay for this.
Under no circumstances would she ever sue or do anything like that. We thought that the company would take care of medical and everything would be done.
And Chuck and I wrote the letter to McDonald's.
The very first thing we said is, your machine must be too hot, so look at it and fix it if it's broken.
This must be an aberration.
It must be an aberration. But if it is your policy, we ask you to worry about that policy, because you do not want to have this happen to just one person. And then clearly it can't have happened to just one person.
We were extremely surprised when McDonald's did not offer more than $800 on what was at that point a $10,000 medical problem.
It's one of those things that's really like, if you ask people what the top 10 issues they care about, you know, the economy, healthcare, education, the civil justice system never even makes the top 20.